V'hine ma shekasuv li'il osei. Now, this that we said previously in the 5th parak of this Maamar, Pirish Viayomer Yehonathan Lashon Matana, that Yehonathan said that the name Yehonathan is the language of a gift. Lefi shenimshach b'olam hapirud. That it's called a gift because it's brought down into the world of separation. We can explain this in a different way. Because the concept of the moon that receives from the sun is called the union of the sun and the moon. And the concept is because this, that the sun shines to the whole world, and from it comes the growth of the produce. That's not called a union between the sun and the produce, or the ground, and soil and so forth. Because they did not actually receive the light of the sun truly, only that the sun caused some kind of action upon them, in them, to break up and to warm, and to ripen the taste of the fruits. Now, even in a bathroom, a place of the excrement and so forth, the garbage, the sun shines. Because and the light doesn't change because of this. Because the light is not the type of substance that can receive, for example, a bad smell from the garbage. So too, allegorically, is the infinite light. It hasn't changed. And it's not the type of thing that can receive a change, God forbid, by something. But on the other side, the world also cannot grasp such a light, and only that it affects them. So that's a type of pe'ula, a type of hamshacha that does not affect. I guess it's like a concept of a makif. But the moon is a concept of that which can receive and grasp the light of the sun, to the point where it itself is filled with a light and a radiance, and becomes a luminary, to shine upon the earth. And that's why this is called the union of the sun and the moon. Just like the union of the masculine and the feminine. The feminine receives the drop to give birth to a child that's in the likeness of the father. So that's a union between them. And similarly, this can be understood, the reason that Yisrael counts in accordance with the moon, because this, that the idol worshippers count their calendar in accordance with the sun. It's not that they're receiving the light of the sun that corresponds with Shem Havaya into them. But rather the light affects them to enliven them, in a way of a hidden way. Like it says that he withholds the light from the wicked. And this is similar to the light that ripens the fruits. And it's not that the fruits actually receive the light in them. And look what it says in the Maamer when Paro sent, with the concept of how merciful it is in front of him. I'm not sure what that reference is. But Israel received the revelation of the sun that corresponds with the name Havaya, like the pasuk, and I will shine to you those who fear my name, a sun of charity. And those who love him, or those he loves, are like the sun that comes out in its strength. And also the idea of the countenance of Moshe is like the countenance of the sun. So all these allegorical comparisons to the sun is that there's a concept of the shining of the light of the sun and receiving it. And this is specifically because we count in accordance with the moon, to be in a state of nullification, and through this specifically we can receive the light of the sun, and its sheath is the name Havaya. The concept of a union of the sun and the moon. That it's grasped within them the light that's sown to the righteous. Like the verse that Hashem will shine His countenance towards you. And in your light we will see light, and so forth. And that's like the pasuk, beautiful like the moon, clear like the sun, or shining like the sun. That hints to this as well. And so this is the other Pirush in Yehonathan that we can say. That it's given as a gift, mamash truly, osios yud vav, meaning to say that it's given, that it's actually received. The light of the sun is actually received into David, because David is like the moon, I guess. That Yehonathan is the gift of Yud Kei Vav, Mishem Havaya, from the name Yud Kei Vav Kei Shemesh Havaya. Shulchan Amru Dazala Asidim Tzadikim Shikro Al Shmo Shel HaKadosh Baruch Hu, like our sages said, that in the future the righteous will be called on the name of the Holy One, blessed be He. Pirush Rashi, Shehei Shmam Havaya, and Rashi says straight out that, meaning to say that the righteous's name will be called Shem Havaya, will be called the name Yud Kei Vav Kei. And that's why the Me'orei Or says, or Maamer in the word Nasan, that's hinted to the last Hey of Hashem's name, Ki Nasan Gematria Tavkuf, because Nasan is Gematria 500, which I guess is a multiple of 5. So Yud Kei Vav, Nasan, and so that's the Nasan is the last Hey. Zoal derech mashik b'medrash Rabba Parshas told us how pasuk v'tin l'cha Elokim Parshas Samach Zayin v'tin l'cha elakuso. So this is like it says in Medrash Rabbah, that Hashem will give you, Elokim will give you, meaning to say you will be given Elokim, you'll be given the godliness itself. Meaning to say that you're going to get Shem Havaya, that you're even going to be called Shem Havaya because it's niklat inside of you. It's grasped, this revelation of the sun, so to speak, into the moon. Of Shemesh Havaya into the tzaddikim. V'b'medrash Rus b'tchilasu al pasuk Shama Ami v'adabra Elokim Elokecha Anochi. In Medrash Rus, in the beginning of the verse, listen, my nation, and I will speak. Vadabra Elokim, and Elokim will speak. Elokecha Anochi, I am your Elokecha. So I guess this is hinting to it as well. Shekarasi Eschem Elokim, or you can read it as that I called you Elokim, meaning to say you can read the pasuk, listen, my nation, and I will speak Vadabra Elokim, and I will speak to Elokim, meaning to say to you, to those who are called Elokim. Shneimar ani amarti Elokim atem, like the pasuk says, I said that you are Elokim, b'nei elyon kulchem. So that can say Elokim, meaning to say strong ones, or compared to the angels, like b'nei Elokim, b'nei elyon. But here it actually refers to that. No, you've gotten the elokus, you've gotten the godliness. No, you should know that I am still upon you. I'm still Elokecha, even if you've reached this level. And in Yehonathan, that's the concept of Yehonathan. And similarly, our sages said, that I have a good gift in my treasure houses, Shabbos Shema, and it's called Shabbos. And I'm requesting to give it to Israel, and so forth. So I guess the concept of Shabbos is also similar to the concept of the Chodesh, in terms of having it given and niklat and grasped by the revelation in Bnei Israel.